Yep, that's how we're starting it again.
We'll get more sound effects next time.
Welcome to a rainy day in New York City. A lot of stuff's been going on. We're trying to plan out how these episodes are going to go every week. But today, I just wanted to give a bunch of shout outs. Like, we got 15 minutes. We're trying to keep this short and sweet. But Mike, you've been here 8 years now. It's been 10 years for me. So a lot of things have happened since you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in the door to this place years ago from another motorcycle company, and I was working for another motorcycle company, had the awesome job of traveling around the country and meeting a bunch of good people. So I got to know a lot of people behind the scenes in the motorcycle industry. And one of the guys that has helped us since I've been here has been Jeff Holt. Used to be Hot Bike, Street Shopper, all that stuff. Has V-Twin Visionary now. So Jeff, good on you on everything. Appreciate all the help that you've helped with us over the years.
Yeah, I started 8 years ago, and I'm the exact opposite. I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about motorcycles.
Well, you've also learned to shoot and edit and do a lot of stuff in these 8 years. I
came in just for, order entry, and then all of a sudden you're like
website order entry.
Yeah, website order entry. But then everyone knew that I was working as a freelance graphic designer, and they're showing me the last catalog, and they're showing like, what can you do differently, how to make the pictures better, and I'm like, well, you got to do this, that. And I didn't know anything.
Yeah,
I
we
knew,
just wing it, man.
That was my definition of fake it till you make it. I'm just like, well, if you put the lighting this way, and if you take a couple pictures, and they're like, oh yeah, you're right.
Well, anything was better than that disc that we were given. Going, here's our catalog and photos, and I'm going, what person took this on a disposable camera? So
then the last cataloged, I think it was 10, was almost good, and then the one I made from scratch was the best one I think we had so far. And then we just went digital. We didn't really, go for
we don't really use catalogs anymore. There's a lot of industries that catalogs are dead, but I
think that's called the times they are a changing.
Yes, they are. So you
still get stuff in the mail, but little pamphlets.
Yeah. If there's a big sale going on in a big box store, you'll get something printed out. But wanted to give Jeff a shout out, and then we've had a lot of influencers help us over the years. Our friend Alex, FXDLS Brooklyn, he was the first guy that I put on our team when I just kind of invented our team. So he was the first person that I gave a vest to, and he's really taken the ball and run with it. He's got a great channel. I gave some vests to some, I called them the wheelie kids, those Indiana boys back in the day, and they're still running around. You know who you are. We hooked them up a lot, and then over the past year, we had Brandy Salinas and good old Kojak help us out on social media. So want to give a shout out to those guys.
Kojak was fun to hang out with at Sturgis.
Yeah, so you went to Sturgis with me this past year.
What was that? What's the giant biker? I mean, there's a bunch, but there's one where it's just bikes everywhere at the bar with the.
Was it a bar?
It was there was a dome. People.
You went to the Full Throttle one day.
Full Throttle, yes.
Yeah, right below Bear Butte.
That was intense. It was fun. It was great. And they had their own Wheel of Death as well.
Yeah, so Mike doesn't ride a bike. He's around all this all the time. But this past year when we went to Sturgis, we got you a side-by-side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was fun. Oh, yeah, me and another shout-out, Brian.
Yeah, so you and Brian palled around. And
there's one day we drove 7 in the morning to Mount Rushmore, then to Crazy Horse, which was insane to see as well. And then we went to try to find the buffalo, but I think they were there in the morning and they were just
hiding.
They were just high, and we saw them. They were just far in the mountains when you're just like, oh, that was it.
So I gave you the back route to get to Custer National Park.
Yes, that was a Custer National Park.
And riding through the Black Hills on a side-by-side, which I didn't even get to drive this stupid thing. But that had to have been a blast running through those roads back there.
Brian was like, and I don't need sunscreen. And then at the end of when we get
y'all were sunburned.
We get out because there was a a trailer park like bar, like
Yeah.
people making their own beers and
Yeah.
stuff. And so I'm looking at him like, oh my dude, and his arm was just because he was like this the whole time. So his left arm was just, I think, just destroyed.
Yeah,
from the sun.
that'll happen. You got to if you're on a bike or in a side by side all day, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, me, I'm smart because I am the whitest guy ever. So I was just spraying,
lathering it up
every hour, just like I knew that something was going to.
Yeah, that's why I wear long sleeves out there all day long. Even though you get sweaty, it's better just to not get sunburnt when you get back to your camper or your tent or your hotel. At the end of the night, you want to go out there for the whole time and have fun. You don't want to be sunburnt for a whole week.
Oh yeah.
But let's see, who else can we shout out? So Mike and I we talked about this before, we started the custom vest program. We ran that for a year. I tried to keep it pretty basic. Then people kept asking for crazier stuff. I went to do another project, and our buddy Pat, which we affectionately call Little Pat because there is another Pat here.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We call him Little Pat. So Pat came in with some of his friends and really kind of went crazy with our stitching program. And grew that.
He was very knowledgeable about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, he geeks out. He's like me. He geeks out on anything motorcycle related and anything that lifestyle related. So he ran with that for a long time.
I think one of my favorite things with me and him and Adam, who does the photos.
Oh, yeah.
We did a little video, which is still on the YouTube channel, of him just riding his little mini bike throughout the warehouse, just to, for shits and giggles.
Yep.
And that was a fun little thing to edit.
Yeah, go back and scroll through some of our YouTube videos. They're funny. They're fun. We we don't get a lot of time to make a lot of this stuff, so when we have an idea, we kind of run with it for the afternoon and we just have fun. So wanted to give him a shout out really quick, and then let's go off the rails here. Let's give a shout out to some of the stuff that our products, like some of the stuff sells so fast, and you guys and girls are always pissed that we don't have it in stock, but we try to give you guys alerts saying this is in stock now. You got to jump on it. Case in point, our low side vest. Now there's like 11 different low sides.
There's so many different low sides.
We're trying to get those back in stock in the next week or so. Everything is on its way in right now. We've been hustling the past couple of weeks to get it. That like my favorite items are of course the ones that I've had a big hand in. So the low side, the Raider. What's your go-to jacket, Mike? I've
been wearing the bomber jacket. The new ones.
Yeah, you had a big hand in the bomber builder. So
So I've been wearing all different kinds of bombers, black whiskey, the oxblood ones. I do like the we do, and some of the non-leather ones like the suede with the fleece.
Yeah,
that we have one of those as well that I enjoy. But I when it comes to the vests, because I don't ride, so I don't really wear the vests. But I do like the look of like the clean ones, like the Venom.
Yeah,
and all the the feel of the platinum ones, like like I said, low side, high side, hot shot.
Yeah, so those platinum vests are really important, and they're kind of rare for us because only 2 out of every 100 cows qualify to make that leather. So that's why they cost a little bit more, because the cows are harder to find at that level. So those are like some of our favorite jackets and whatnot. Speaking of other people to shout out, you just mentioned Adam in that video you did. Adam was one of my buddies who takes incredible photos. He traveled with me in the van for over a year. We went to Sturgis. We went to a bunch of bike weeks, and Adam was the guy that when I'm out riding, I want to see cameras going and filming, and I come from I have a skateboard background, so it's like spray and pray where you just take 1,000 pictures and one of them's going to come out. And literally Adam and I would be riding for like 3 hours, and I would see him pull out his camera 2 times, and I'd go, "What are you doing, dude? Are you taking any pictures?" And then I saw him, he passed me one day with the guy doesn't have cruise control on his bike. He's riding an old chopper, and he's no hands. He's got a light meter in one hand, throws it in his pocket.
Oh, yeah, you told me about
takes his Leica and manually focuses in, and his hands haven't been on the bars in a minute, and he's just taking a couple shots, and that's literally all I saw him shoot the whole day. And then we sat down that night and got it up on the computer, and I was like, well, okay, the ones you took were gold, so we don't have to rifle through 7,000 pictures this afternoon. What are you showing me right now?
I can't remember.
Who is this?
Who helped us with the builder? from the very beginning.
Rakesh.
Rakesh.
Oh
was another.
Yeah, we have to talk about Rakesh. Rakesh was this awesome guy from. He was over here working in the States from Nepal. I don't know how he appeared at our office one day.
Yeah.
Because he's not related to anybody. He didn't know anybody. No. He literally just, the wind blew him in.
Yes.
And he really helped change a bunch of stuff for advertising. He
was also one of had the idea of looking up what kind of builders we can make as well.
Oh,
like from
yes.
the 3D, like we went through so many different, like we went through what the Vans does and all. And I think and then we just came across.
We found the My Customizer, and they've tuned into Kickflip. We've talked about them before. But Rakesh really helped dial us in that way. And he also, I don't play on Reddit, but I was writing these articles for our blog, and he was putting them on Reddit. And I don't know how people were finding our website from Reddit, but he had some little magical potion that he was doing, and we got a ton of traffic from our website.
He also had amazing dry humor. I remember, Pat, when he used to work, he just crapped on everyone because that was the fun thing to do. And I remember one day Rakesh was saying something silly, and then Pat's like, "Why don't you jump off a mountain or a bridge?" And he looks at Pat and goes, "I had many times." And we're looking, I'm like, we didn't know.
You couldn't tell if he was ever joking. Sometimes.
It was, but we just like stared at him. It was so funny.
Yeah,
some of the things he said.
Rakesh, really, we would love to have Rakesh back, but he's on the other side of the world. So those are some guys behind the scenes that
also
have
had Mike
really helped
Starr
us.
as well. Mike Starr was great.
Yeah,
so the lot of graphic
we have had a
ads.
list of characters in our company. We've talked about this before, but we are directly connected to a factory, and a factory always wants maximum productivity. Like all the lines need to be running, but as a brand, you have to figure out where your saturation point is and how much you can actually sell, so you don't overproduce. And sometimes it's we've tried to grow the brand too fast in past years, faster than it could grow. So we've had a lot of people in and out, and we've tried a lot of sales reps over the years. Some people hustle, some people didn't have the hustle. Some people, knew the right people in the industry, and they've helped us grow. So everybody that has come in here has played a pivotal role in making this logo what it is today. It's just tough when you're trying to relaunch a brand, and try to get placement in the industry. But at the end of the day, the product is the only thing that matters. That speaks for itself. Yeah. And people there's a reason why we have great reviews, and there's a reason why major, from motorcycle clubs to guys that ride all day, every day, wear this stuff because it's built the right way.
Yeah, like I said, shout out to the customers who give out the reviews of their experience with the
Yes, I wish I could have a 7-hour podcast and say thank you to everybody that left a review on the website.
Well, you could see the one review that I read on YouTube. That was one of my favorite ones.
About if everyone wants to stuff.
him getting laid. Because of the vest. There's a video of me reading the entire. It was like a 2 to 3 paragraph review of him telling the story of. I don't know if
we'll put a link to that.
We'll put a link down in the description if you want to check out that review. It was very funny.
There's some other good ones like the Raider, how many pockets it has in it, and what you could fit in the pockets, and the guy goes into detail about what you could carry in this jacket, and it's insane. So thank you to everybody who's left reviews. Thank you to everybody who's ever reposted for us or just been so happy with the product that they took a photo. Like, we love seeing jackets and vests going down the highway on a bike in a photo. That makes me happy more than anything in the world. So who else do we need to say thank you to? I need to say thank you to Jorge or George. Jorge has been at this brand for, 14 to 17 years. He started at the bottom, and he's our acting GM. He knows everybody behind the scenes at all the shops that buy from us, and really keeps the lights on here day to day.
How about Abbas?
Oh, and Abbas. So you guys don't know, but Abbas is our motorcycle division's production manager at the factory. So he's the guy, he's the go-to guy. So if anybody is ever needed something weird on a custom jacket or custom vest, he's the guy that I call. So Abbas, I know you're going to watch this. Thank you so much.
All right.
What else? Anything else more important today in this shout out episode?
No. I mean, just to everybody who works here and who used to work here.
Yeah. It's come a long way in 10 years, and we'll see what happens next. So Thanks for watching. Keep it short and sweet. Leave comments below on what you want us to talk about, and we'll add them in the show as we grow this thing. Who knows where it's going to go?
Let's go with this one.
Oh my God. Okay.
I want to add no air horn.
No air horn today.
We're going to get some other sound effects on here and see how it works. So
We'll see you later, guys.
take care, guys.